Hi, welcome to my Slimmingworld vlog. So I forgot to film an intro, so I'm actually filming my intro at the end when I've just had my weigh in. I'm creating some Slimmingworld vlogs. These are mainly to help me keep back on track. I need to get my backside in gear. I've been doing Slimmingworld for years on and off, but I've totally gone off the wagon. I'm very bored of everything I'm eating, so I've decided I need to switch up my food. Making a vlog is kind of making me put that little bit more effort in, and it's definitely making me and holding me very accountable for what I am eating and putting in my mouth. So this is my Slimmingworld vlog. This week I'm going to be showing you what I eat in a week leading up to my Slimmingworld weigh-in. This is not a full week because I decided to start it on Friday and my weigh-in is on Wednesday. So we're going from a couple of really bad weeks onto a fresh start, which is Friday to Wednesday for my weigh-in, and we'll see how we get on. So if you're here for the Slimmingworld tips and advice or inspiration, then give me a little follow me on Instagram because I post on there more frequently, and see what we get up to on Slimmingworld and what I get to eat this week. So I've been proper off plan when it comes to Slimmingworld, and I'm determined to get back on track. So this morning, so yesterday actually, I've done a shopping list. I have bought a journal at group this week, and I have written a plan. So I will take you through my plan later. I've just got to finish it off. But the basis of my plan is that I'm actually going to plan. I've been just not putting any time or thought into it. I've been ordering the same rubbish from my shopping every single week, and I've just been so bored, and I look in my fridge and I'm not inspired by anything. So I've actually ordered some treats and some different things that I'm going to have, which is going to make my food a lot more interesting and hopefully get me back in the mood. So the other thing I have been doing recently, which has made my food really boring and hasn't got me in the swing of getting back into Slimmingworld, is I don't particularly have any sins, and I'm being honest, I haven't worked my sins out. So I'm eating the same old free foods, not really checking all of the sins and things that I can have. So I have got myself some crisps. These baked crisps are 5 sins. I can't remember now, I need to check my journal. I am using my healthy extras because I haven't particularly been doing that either. I haven't been doing a lot actually. I've just been winging it with the stuff I know I can have, and it has gotten really boring and I have lost interest. So I've got this Aldi wholemeal loaf, and I've made myself a big tuna salad sandwich, and there is 1 tablespoon measured, I swiped it out with a knife, of mayonnaise, lighter than light Hellmann's mayonnaise mixed in with that, which is half a sin, I believe. I haven't got this written down in front of me. I've got a yogurt, which I'm going to have with my fruit as a snack later, another half a sin. So I'm actually counting and including my sins in the day. Got my squash, which I'm going to take out with me, and for breakfast I'm having ham, egg and beans. So I've overdone my eggs. It's not an attractive plate of food, I must say, but it's a bit of a rush because what I have been forgetting to do is eat breakfast before work, so that is something I need to put the time into again. Morning. Just really quickly doing some food prep. Long day at work yesterday, and I didn't get my food out and prep last night like I had done the night before. So I've also got up late and I'm running late, but luckily I had some tuna mayo prep from yesterday. So I'm just quickly putting my sandwich together. It was really nice having a sandwich at work yesterday. There's something about just having a sandwich. I think that's where I struggle because I could literally live on sandwiches. So I've literally got about 15 minutes, but I've just quickly put the water on for my poached eggs. I'm gonna make sure I have breakfast still and make sure I've had everything. So this is where I usually go wrong at the weekend, because I work a really long day at work. I get home, I'm tired, I just have something to eat, I go to bed, I don't prep anything for the next day. I could have had this made and ready to go. So then I've slightly slept over by about half an hour. So this is where I would usually then just drink a few cups of tea and run out of the door. I've made a point of coming in the kitchen and quickly prepping my food. So I'm gonna get this sandwich made. I've got my water on. I'm gonna quickly have some egg and beans, and then I'm gonna head off to work. So it will be prepped for today. My mother-in-law done us a huge meat order, so I've got some ribeye steaks here. So I'm gonna do steak and stop off and get some vegetables, have like roast veg, maybe some flat mushrooms or something for tea tonight. So nice healthy dinner. That's my plan for today. I forgot to take a picture of my food last night, but I had some really nice, I think they're chili and garlic or chili and lime salmon steaks. So Mark and I had one of those each, and I done a stir fry and noodles. Nothing exciting, just a quick end of the night meal. So that was all good. So I have put what I've eaten in my app. So I'm doubling up. I'm making sure I'm writing up my planner. I've got my app and I'm doing my video diary. So that should keep me on track this week, and we'll see what I lose. I'm doing Friday to Friday, by the way, and today is Saturday. Hey, welcome back. So Saturday evening, so I've been doing my Slimmingworld vlog yesterday, which was Friday, and today, which was Saturday. As you would have seen earlier, I was in a real rush this morning, but I am being on it this week. I'm gonna do this full week on Slimming World on plan. I mean, proper on plan, not my lackluster on plan. So I'm going for it. So I forced myself this morning to have my breakfast. I took my sandwich to work. The sandwiches feel like a real treat. So that is using my Hex B in a different way to which I usually do. Usually it's just 2 bars. Got into the habit of just eating food that I know is free and bars and stuff. So this week, by looking at my app and planning some different foods, made my food a whole lot more interesting, and already I'm a lot more into it again. I've been planning today and looking on my app, so I'm also logging everything in my app. And I have, when I went to the supermarket, I knew I was having steak and flat mushrooms and some salad, and that is all free. I've also decided I'm going to have this rice. I picked some of these up the other day in Aldi's. It's really nice and tasty. It's a great alternative to potatoes, which I tend to do a lot, and this is also free, so that's great. I'm going to try and make some sort of blue cheese sauce with this Laughing Cow. I think, off the top of my head, I think it's 5 of these for a healthy extra A. I was going to do some halloumi, but I've only got 1 A left, and that's only 35 grams. And I thought a sauce would probably complement my dinner more than 35 grams of halloumi, because that's not really very much. I have also, I looked on my app because I really like a little glass of wine at the weekend. I bought myself a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc, and I'm going to measure up 250 ml. I'm pretty sure I checked on my app and that was 9 cents. And I have bought myself a bottle of soda water. So I'm going to measure out my 250. I'm going to measure that into 2 125 ml glasses and then top it up with soda water and ice and make myself a spritzer. So I'm going to still have a couple of drinks this evening, but I'm going to spread my sins through a couple of drinks rather than having 2 big glasses of wine and make them into spritzers, which are going to be lovely and refreshing. I'm going to cut down my alcohol. Intake, which is great, and it's also going to lower the sin value of that. I didn't know if I was going to fancy dessert, so I've just bought myself some fruit. I've got pineapple, I've got kiwi, and I've got some mango in the fridge, so I might make a little fruit platter if we fancy something sweet later. And I've also got some, I can't remember what they're called, some of these Kvark protein yogurts, which are really tasty, so I may have one of those with the fruit. They are half a sin per pot, so nothing to worry about there. So I have realised with using my healthy extras A and B properly instead of just calculating, I have used my 2 A's, which includes this. I probably usually count that as sins. I've had my bread with my sandwich, which is great as an extra. I've added my wine in already, and I've got 5 sins left, so I don't need to worry about having half a sin on that protein yogurt, and all is good. It's good to know. If I want to have a little extra 5 sins of wine tonight, I can. But definitely by planning and actually writing a plan, my week's food has got a lot more interesting and exciting already. So I'm looking forward to cooking over the rest of the week. That's so nice, actually. I forgot how much I do enjoy a spritzer. Don't feel deprived at all with that, and it's nice in the summer too. Hiya, so Sunday morning, we're now heading off to my mum's. She's on the coast, and we're going swimming for the day with the boys. I've been cleaning, so I haven't got round to having any breakfast. I'm just quickly having a yogurt. These ones are from Aldi and they're half a sin each. I've grabbed a banana and an apple for in the car, and I've got a huge pineapple, kiwi and mango that I've cut up to sit and eat by the pool, as well as my drink for on the way. Keeping hydrated, keeping it all flushed through. We're having dinner at mum's. I think my sister's got like a side of salmon, so we're going to have some salmon and salad and healthy stuff. I'm just taking other things to curb my cravings and to keep me being good and making the right choices throughout the day. I'm sure there may be a little ice cream by the pool. I'm going to check the sins because the Solero is my fave, and I think they're quite low, if not a cocoa. But anyway, now off out. Have a good day. So I thought, as well as a food log, it'd be quite nice to include a few recipes and what I've cooked during the week on this vlog. So tonight I am cooking a pizza pasta bake. You'll find the recipe over on JD Seasoning's page. So we're going to start by frying our red onion and garlic in fry light for a few minutes before adding some chorizo until the oil comes out of that. You then add your red peppers and mushrooms, followed by the Amatriciana spice mix. your passata and tinned tomatoes, balsamic vinegar and sweetener, and then add your sweet corn. Simmer that all for a while your pasta is cooking. I'm not sure if I said that right. Amatriciana. Sounds very posh, doesn't it? But it's a spice mix off JD Seasoning. So I'm just waiting for my pasta to cook, and then I'm going to mix the two all together. I've popped it in an oven-proof dish, and I'm topping with my mozzarella cheese and pepperoni before popping that in the oven for around 20 minutes, just for that cheese to melt. I really enjoyed this. My husband really enjoyed this. The kids not so keen, but my kids are really fussy, and I'm forever trying to find those Slimmingworld meals that we can all enjoy together. They didn't like the sweet corn and peppers and stuff in it, but I am not going to whisk it all up. So we'll try again with something else next week. But this is a great midweek meal to try. Time for a cup of tea and a hi-fi in the garden. It is always a bonus when you get to the end of the day and you've got your Hex B left for a little snack. Hi, welcome back. So today is Monday. Today's been one of those days where I didn't really prep yesterday because today is actually my day off work, but it turns out I had quite a busy day. On Monday mornings I always take my granddad shopping, and I also had quite an exciting little filming thing that I was doing in the salon. So I'm doing some testimonials for a company that I use. So I was in the salon this afternoon, and we also had house viewing during the day, so I couldn't come home and get ready for that. So I did grab a load of fruit to take out with me and a yoghurt. I didn't actually eat the yoghurt, but I did eat the fruit. And then when I was in Sainsbury's, I picked out a bowl. I don't know if you've seen them, they're really quite nice. They're like a vegetarian thing, and it's like a little pot. So that was like a Thai curry, which was 5.5 sins. So I decided I was willing to sin my food, and I had that for lunch, which was really nice. Then I cooked just peanuts and potatoes. I cooked a recipe that I found on JD Seasonings. That's a pizza pasta bake. I've done that for dinner. I sinned that out of 5 sins, and the sins were purely for the pepperoni that I used in that. I was just about to sit down and chill for the night when I realised I haven't done my food prep for tomorrow. So I found a recipe on the Slimmingworld app for a Russian salad. I love Russian salad, as in the salad I have in Spain. This is totally different. It is potato and egg, as you would get in the Spanish one, but it's then beetroot, carrots, green beans, peas. I can't remember what else. I don't know if it's got tuna in it like you'd typically find in a Russian salad, but I'll get my recipe in a minute. So I'm just peeling my potatoes to boil, and I've got to boil up some carrots and veg, and also do some boiled eggs. So I'm just getting my food prep done to make sure that I'm prepared for tomorrow. I have managed to stay on track even this morning. Like I say, when I was running late and I was really stressed, I did make sure I had some breakfast to take with me, and then I did then count my sins and get a quick lunch to have while I was out, rather than looking for free food, which can often be quite difficult to put together a lunch, which is nice with just some free food that you can pick up in the shops. I'm just mixing it up a bit because, like I've said before, I usually try and eat my meals sin free and use my sins for other stuff in between. I think I've found this week that using my sins as part of the meals makes your food a little bit more interesting, and yeah, my pizza pasta bake that I cooked was really, really nice, and that included sins because the pepperoni was sinned. So yeah, so far this week is going good, although I did forget. I said I was going to do a week of food from Friday to Friday, but I didn't really think that through properly because my weigh day is Wednesday. So really we want a week to be Wednesday to Wednesday. So I'm going to do a short one for this one. I'm going to do Friday to Wednesday when I have my weigh day, and then we'll see if I lose any weight or not. Bearing in mind that Thursday I wasn't great. I can't remember what I did have, but I wasn't particularly on plan. So we'll go for my weigh in on Wednesday, and then from there on we'll do a week of food and see how that goes. But I'm pretty pleased that I've planned some different foods. I can't remember what I've got on plan for tomorrow, but I'll let you know. So my Russian salad is what I'm preparing to take to work for the next few days. It hasn't got tuna in, it's got sliced beef because I've bought some chilled sliced beef, so it's totally different to the Russian salad that traditionally I have tried in the past. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm sure I've got something nice planned. Have I written it down? Yeah, I have been writing in my journal. So for tomorrow evening, Tuesday, jacket potatoes, and that is because Harrison has an after school club, so I generally get home about 5, and just a quick tea to do when we get back. So that will be jacket potatoes with the boys will have cheese and beans, and I'll probably have tuna and salad, so that's quite yummy anyway. And then we've got some other nice meals for the rest of the week. Anyway, I am going to continue prepping my lunch. lunch, and I'll give you a little shot of what that looks like when it's done. Okay, so it's not the prettiest dish, but that has just been chucked in a lunchbox. It tastes pretty good though. Looking forward to eating that tomorrow. So this is my absolute go-to breakfast. I swore to myself I was gonna be more adventurous with my breakfast this week as well, but so far only the dinners have changed. Egg and beans in a bowl with a spoon, like eating a bowl of cereal, sin-free, fills you up, really quick and easy. I can't, it's just my fave go-to breakfast. So I'm just in the car now waiting to pick the kids up from school. Food-wise today I had my poached egg and beans for breakfast. That was really nice. I say really nice, it's as nice as egg and beans is. I really like it though. For lunch I made that Russian salad, and that was actually really nice. It looked a bit bizarre, and it was kind of, you know, cold potato, carrot, runner beans all in yogurt mayonnaise mix, but it was really, really tasty. It didn't look the best, but I would almost definitely make that again. This is really nice. So I've got it for the next couple of days, as I made a shed load, so I'm quite looking forward to it. It had dill in it, fresh dill. It's not something I usually buy and cut up and put in food, but that tasted really nice as well. I think this evening I'll see what the kids want, but I think it's just gonna be Jaffa potatoes with some tuna mayo, beans, cheese and salad. I haven't had my second hex A yet, so I can weigh out some cheese to go in that, which is quite nice. Again, usually when I'm just guesstimating, I don't have my second hex A, so that's been a really nice treat this week, having cheese with things and working out and using more. Also haven't had my hex B today, so don't know what I'll do with that. Maybe a couple of hi-fi bars with a cup of tea again later, which will be quite nice. But yeah, another good day on plan. I am hoping for a loss this week, but like I said to you guys, it's going to be a Friday through to Wednesday, so it's not a full week. And I've eaten okay, but yeah, so it's only Thursday really since my last weigh-in that I haven't filmed. I can't remember what I had on Thursday, but I've stuck to it all week and it's been really nice. I've enjoyed the variation from actually planning my meals and actually properly counting my sins. That makes a massive difference. I've actually found that in my guesstimations I probably cut myself under on things again, which is another reason my meals have been a bit boring. So you live and learn, and I think doing these videos and filling in my log online and my planner has just held me a bit more accountable, and I have thought about it a lot more. I've had a bit more time for myself this week, which has been nice, and it feels nice to actually be doing it for myself, so that's all good. I think once you get it in your mindset and you know that that's what you want to do, you're halfway there. The last couple of weeks I just haven't really been bothered, and it hasn't been one of my top priorities, so that makes it a bit more difficult. Anyway, I'm gonna pick Jay up and then I'll show you what we've got for dinner. I've just had a big lunchbox full of strawberries, blueberries and some Lindor's chocolate quark, which is really tasty. That's really nice. If you haven't tried that, I recommend that. Half a cent a pot. They're really, really filling and they do keep you full. It's a nice treat to try. So go get yourself some of them. I've bought loads of flavours of it this week. I do enjoy that. Half a cent, you can't go wrong. So I've just weighed up my cheese, 40 grams of Sainsbury's light mature cheddar, so I can have that for a hex A. That's a load of cheese to go on my bolognese. Yum. Little treat, this is a Dairy Milk Caramel Miniature Hero, 2.5 cents. Good morning, just got my eggs in, ready for breakfast. It's an early one today because we've got school strikes, so I've got to take one of the boys to school and one of the boys to my mother-in-law's, but I've just popped some mushrooms in my air fryer just because I had some left over in my fridge. I've got my poached eggs in and beans for breakfast. My lunch is packed, ready for work, so I've got the rest of that beef Russian salad. I've got a muller light and some blueberries and tangerines. That's all I've got to take today, so that's fine, as well as my lemon squash and Hi, so I've just been for my weigh-in. I didn't get the loss that I'd hoped for. I did put half a pound on. I feel like it was kind of expected because last week I maintained and I had had a horrific week of drinking and eating so much birthday cake and sweet things that I was so shocked last week not to have gained. So I feel like my half a pound is probably damage control on what I'd done the week before. Plus, like I have said, this wasn't a full week, so I did miss Thursday. Thursday I wasn't on plan, so I've only been on plan since Friday last week. So I'm not too disappointed with that. I am gonna do, I'm off tomorrow, it's my day off, so I am gonna plan my food for the week. I have just bought the new Slimmingworld magazine. There's usually some really good meal ideas in there. So I'm now gonna go home either tonight or tomorrow. I'm gonna plan my food. I'm gonna have a game plan for next week, and I'm gonna do another week-long, full week this week, vlog of what I am eating on Slimmingworld this week. And hopefully I'm gonna record a loss for you guys next week. I'm going to continue to incorporate my sins into my meals and actually use those, and definitely calculate and account for all of them this week, because that has helped, and the variety in my diet has been much better. My meals have been tastier, and that's all good. So I hope you've enjoyed the vlog. I hope that it just maybe is something that's going to help you get back on track, or it might have some useful things in that you haven't thought of doing. I find seeing what other people do really helpful, which is why I've decided to create this. And also it's really helped me. So the thing that's really helped me stay on track this week is logging everything in my Slimmingworld app, writing down my plan at the beginning of the week to do my shopping list, which also saved me a fortune on ordering a load of food that I wasn't going to eat, and recording this vlog, because it has made me doubly think of everything that's gone in my mouth this week. So that's really helped. So I'm going to do a full week vlog next week, and hopefully record a loss. And then going forward, we'll see. We'll do some Slimmingworld stuff. We'll talk about food. But I definitely want to keep doing my Slimmingworld vlogs, because I think they're very helpful to me, and hopefully they'll be of some use to you guys, even if it's just to keep you on track or give you some new ideas. So if you've enjoyed this video, then please do like and subscribe. There will definitely be more Slimmingworld content coming. Also give me a follow on my Instagram. I post in the stories and on there daily, so there's other bits and pieces there too. Okay, so let's move on to next week. It's a clean slate. I'm not going to be down over my ½ a pound gain. In fact, I think I got away with the last couple of weeks quite lightly, really. So onwards and upwards, downwards actually next week. See you soon.